Namaskar, I am Pradosh Sharma and you're watching Rhythm. As the conflict in the Middle East rages on, a deeply alarming trend has emerged within India, specifically in Kerala, a state that boasts of its 100% literacy rate. The question arises, why is a region known for education and progress becoming a hub for glorifying Hamas, a terrorist organization banned in multiple countries? What explains the surge in Hamas propaganda and sympathizing activities within Kerala, and why is there an apparent attempt to normalize extremism in a state that should stand for peace and progress? Recent events indicate an undeniable push toward the open celebration of Hamas-linked individuals. A rally in Tritala, supposedly organized under the guise of a Mosque Uruz festival, shockingly paid tribute to Hamas terrorists. The event featured images of known terrorists Ismail Haniyeh and Yahya Sinwar, even going as far as displaying their images atop elephants as a mark of honor. Banners featuring these slain terrorists were carried out by groups such as Tharwadis Theke Bhagam and Minal Pada Theke Bhagam, sending a chilling message about the kind of figures being celebrated in Kerala. Even more concerning is the involvement of Islamist organizations within Kerala in amplifying Hamas narratives. The Girls Islamic Organization, the women's wing of Jamaat-e-Islami, invited Hamas spokesperson Isra al-Modallal to address a district meeting online. Hamas is a terrorist group with a history of extreme violence. What justification could there possibly be for extending a platform to one of its spokespersons? The fact that such an invitation was even considered raises serious concerns about the ideological underpinnings being fostered in the state. The pattern doesn't stop there. On October 22, 2024, the Student Islamic Organization, or the SIO, another offshoot of Jamaat-e-Islami, took its endorsement of Hamas to the streets by organizing a candle march to pay tribute to Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, who was killed in an Israeli retaliation on October 7, 2024. The event didn't just honor a known terrorist, it included formal funeral prayers for Sinwar, an act that sends dangerous signals about where sympathize lies. Social media platforms further amplified this event, with SIO's Facebook page portraying Sinwar as a brave warrior and sharing images of the gathering. The alarming trend continues, with Khalid Mashal, the leader of Hamas, addressing the youth wing of Jamaat-e-Islami during a pro-Palestine rally in Malappuram, a region often referred to as Mini Pakistan due to its high Muslim population. The extent to which Hamas leaders have been given a voice in Kerala underscores the urgent need for scrutiny and action. In Kozhikode, the Student Islamic Organization publicly displayed banners and standees in memory of terrorist Ismail Haniyeh, urging Muslim youth in Kerala to rally behind Hamas and Palestine. Social media campaigns have aggressively pushed narratives glorifying Hamas fighters, further deepening radicalization among impressionable minds. Even religious bodies have stepped into the fray. The South Kerala Jamiat Ulama not only portrayed Hamas terrorists as heroes, but also cited the killings in Palestine to garner support in areas like Tiruvananthapuram, Neyatinkada and the Katakada taluks. The groups went so far as to offer their support to the Indian government, gathering large crowds near Palyam Shahid Hall to publicly endorse Hamas militants. Kerala's descent into an epicenter of Hamas propaganda is not just concerning, it is dangerous. The normalization of terrorist glorification, the systematic outreach of extremist elements, and the indoctrination of youth through events and speeches must not be ignored. What was once a state celebrated for its progress and literacy is now being infiltrated by radical ideologies that pose a grave threat to national security. If left unchecked, Kerala risks becoming a breeding ground for dangerous ideologies that could have far-reaching consequences for the entire nation.